Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
We're doing another Doom WAD.
This one's called Going Down.
Yeah. I don't know
what's it called?
Going Down.
Going Down.
We never mentioned it at all the last video, but Spencer's not here.
Yeah, Spencer's not here.
He's away in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Maybe they'll make the video scarier. It'll be like we're playing this really weird Doom, and then Spencer's just not there, and we don't mention it at all.
Yeah.
It's like LP's glitched out. Like, hey, where the heck's Spencer?
I didn't even think about that. It wasn't my intention at all.
So anyway, I was
Is this Half-Life?
This is Half-Life. I was actually debating doing this on Hurt Me Plenty because it is hard.
Wait, what is this?
This is Going Down.
But like you said this is.
Oh, he wasn't gonna play it on Ultra Violence because it's really hard.
Yeah.
So wait, what's it called?
No, I am playing on Ultra Violence. I was debating doing it on Hurt Me Plenty, which is the skill level below it.
The third part is.
I thought somebody just said this is Half-Life.
That's what I said.
This is Half-Life.
Oh, you did say that. What do you mean by that?
The first shot sort of looked like Half-Life.
Oh,
Not
okay.
anymore, but...
I thought maybe it was literally like a remake. Like, imagine doing a remake in Doom assets of Half-Life.
Someone's probably done it.
You know the guy who did the writing for Half-Life 2 Episode 2?
I did see that.
And he leaks the Episode 3.
It actually was really good.
I didn't read it, but I want to. But it'd be really cool if what he did was that he made a Doom WAD.
That would be really good.
And he would just change the characters' names like he did in the write-up that he did.
Right. It was like good enough that I was like, dang, man, like that's a good storyline.
The saddest thing about that is that it's not just that Half-Life 3 and Episode 3 will probably never happen. It's also the realization that Valve as a company has changed a lot.
Right.
And I think the Valve that we used to know, like even up to like 2010, like probably like Portal 2 was like their last game that they made.
Right.
They'll probably never return to that ever again.
That is really kind of sad. I mean, like obviously, like some of the stuff they released, though, like I'm not into it. I get that it's fun. Like people really are into like Team Fortress and all the new updates.
I really don't like the way that all their games are very monetized.
Right.
And like Dota is all about champions and their paid skins. CS:GO is all about keys and the vaults and chests and stuff like that.
Right.
TF2 is the same way with like hats.
Yep.
They're just gonna release a Dota like card game, and obviously card game can be incredibly monetized.
Wow, Dota card game.
But I just really don't like how
good.
Valve pretty much just doesn't make any single player or any other game that isn't just a cash shop like multiplayer game anymore.
Right.
Alright, so,
And there's really nothing wrong with people that like Dota. Like,
Right.
Kevin used to play hours of Dota every day.
I mean, like that's what I mean. Like the games are. I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's great. Like I'm sure every Team Fortress player is like so annoyed that everybody's excited about like Overwatch because they're like, I've literally been playing this game for years. And it's like, yeah, but so it's like I get that they're good, but it's just like,
But
like
I think
to go from one of the best single player experiences like that I've played, like top 5 easily that I've ever played, to then be like, oh, we don't make games like that anymore.
Yeah, and like people definitely have the right to be mad because Half-Life, the story was already mysterious, and Episode 2 ended on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
And then they're just like, and over the years, like you can watch like a YouTube video on Gabe Newell, like basically saying that Half-Life 3 is still in development and they don't know when it's going to be released, but they definitely didn't say we're not making Episode 3 or whatever.
Right.
And over time, they're just like radio silence, nothing was said, and then the lead writer leaves Valve and leaks the story. It's like, well, it's over. It's never going to happen.
I mean, the only thing that I can like hope is that the response to the leak was so. I mean, the response of everybody, like it being such a meme to just say like, you know, Half-Life 3 confirmed, it should be enough. But like, maybe the response to like the story and everybody being like, dude, is enough to like release something. I don't know. I mean, like, even if they like had him like had somebody just even write a book, like write a novel and release it digitally or something, like just to complete the story in people's minds. I mean, for something.
And a lot of people say that Half-Life 3 might still be happening because, like, something like Team Fortress 2 took, like, 7 years to make, Half-Life 2 took, like, 6 years to make. So it might just be, like, a very long development cycle, but I don't know.
Yeah, it seems unlikely.
Alright, so...
Hey!
Yeah, the first level...
Oh, did you get 4 minutes and 50
You
seconds
get to
exactly?
an elevator.
Yes. You go into an elevator, you go up to the top of the building, and then you go down.
Oh, that's what you were doing. You were climbing up to the top.
The
of the
entire
building.
thing
Gotcha.
is that you're going down through this building, floor by floor. So that's kind of the theme of the
This
WAD. It's very
elevator
difficult.
music.
That first level is very difficult if you don't take it carefully. It's only zombie men. It's only the weakest enemy in the game.
And you only have a pistol, right?
Yeah.
I
You get
think-
the shotgun halfway through.
Yeah.
But you had the shotgun on that first level.
This sort of reminds me of, like, Wolfenstein mixed with, what's... I'm trying to remember. What's that movie called?
Oh, Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
Yeah. This is like Wolfenstein Die Hard. It kind of reminds me of Doom.
That's stupid.
Dude, this is cool level design.
Oh, dude, now
Ah!
we're into GoldenEye territory. Going into the bathrooms and going to the vents. This is literally just Die Hard.
This is Die Hard.
Die Hard with pentagrams on the
That's
wall.
not a bad thing.
Dude, I would literally watch an occult version of Die Hard. Seriously. Like Constantine mixed with Die Hard. Sign me up. For the team. I want to play for the games. Those demons aren't hurting anybody, just leave them. See, that is the sound, but when there's music playing, it's not as terrifying as in Lilith.
Yeah, it really isn't. So Lilith is like absolutely terrifying. Like if you're playing it alone, it's so cool, but it's like
So since these levels are just one floor, are they relatively short, or...?
they start out relatively short.
So somehow the physics doesn't stop working. Like the floors get physically bigger.
It gets a little, they take a few liberties with.
Maybe it's a pyramid though. Maybe it's a pyramid building. So that the top would be smaller floors and the bottom would be bigger floors.
I think the assumption is that
You go
a
underground
lot.
at some point.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
a lot of the building is actually under the ground.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I mean, obviously you didn't go up 30 stories in the beginning of the game
No,
to get to the roof. You definitely didn't go up that
Yeah, there's
far.
only like 10 floors or something.
Right. You definitely went up like a few floors. So obviously you're above ground for some amount, but then you're below ground for the rest. So then it makes total sense why it's massive.
Let's see.
This music's really weird.
This soundtrack and map set was made by the same guy. I'm forgetting his name, but he's actually on like YouTube. He does like weird animations and stuff, and he just randomly decided to do a Doom map set. Well, he didn't have any like previous experience as far as I know, and he just made it, and it was like one of the coolest releases of 2015, I think this was. So yeah, if we do another
2014.
what's that?
2014. Just
Oh does a lot of. He does weird stuff on YouTube.
Oh, dude, is he that? Okay, I know this dude. I'm not in person, but like, there's like a super long, like a super cut of all of his weird animations.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like weird. It's like Terry Gilliam from like Monty Python mixed with just like insanity.
Oh, you know,
but it's like
that is such a good compare. Yeah.
it's like there's like baby heads, and then they like open up, and a hand comes out, and it like turns a crank, and it makes the baby head like turn into a spider. It's just like, what is happening? And they're all repeated. Like they're kind of like, you know, GIF style, but like you post them on YouTube, and it's terrifying.
I like how that dude was just like, I'm gonna make a Doom WAD.
Yeah. He did, and he did.
Yeah,
and
so
he did a really
he's
great
apparently
job.
English from England.
Okay. That checks out.
Apparently, there is a website, a British website called Beta with a 3. That's like, I guess, like a something awful type thing where people just post a bunch of nonsense.
Oh,
So he's
awful.
he's part of that. Yeah, a British something awful.
That's exactly what I needed to learn existed.
He's literally got a Wikipedia page. It's wonderful. Because he has been commissioned to do a few things. Oh, he did some stuff on the IT
Oh
crowd.
my god, I hate this.
Oh, invisibility is awesome. Literally the worst power-up of all time.
Yeah. No, I'm in very poor shape.
Oh, he did a music video for. He directed Block Party's Ratchet music video.
Oh,
And he also did the opening credits for the, with Bob and Dave, the Mr. Show, you know, remake or reboot or whatever you want to call it.
Are you for real?
Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
That's.
So he did the opening credits for that.
Yeah, and then he made a Doom WAD.
And then he made it to.
And it was incredible.
Congrats on your 100% everything.
Thank you. I'm trying for all kills, at least in the beginning.
This is the Metal Gear map. Hi.
Of course. Sometimes it feels like you have to try to get hit by like regular demons, but like
Here's an example.
other times it seems very difficult.
So does he like? Are these like real life or like?
Yeah. So have you ever seen
real
like?
life.
Have you ever seen like Monty Python?
Yeah.
So like that Terry Gilliam does weird animations like this where it's like real, like sometimes like a real picture, but then it's like clipped in a weird way.
Yeah, and obviously edited.
Yeah. It's like what? Like, and then it just gets like weirder as it goes, and all of his animations are like that, where they're just like, what is happening? I'm very unsettled.
Yeah. That's it exactly, and he does a great job, and
I mean, I would have assumed that he made Lilith. More so than this.
Yeah.
Because this is, like, good, but, like, it's not, like... I guess it is unsettling, but not... I mean, all Doom is unsettling.
It's not... I don't think it's, like, unsettling.
Right.
Especially not compared to later.
I mean, I would say that all Doom is unsettling when I watch you play,
He
because
does
I'm
use
terrified
a
of
lot
you
of...
dying.
He does use a lot of interesting ideas, and there's one map in particular. It's pretty late, so I don't know if we're gonna get to it in any short order, but it does create an effect I've never seen before, so that's pretty exciting. Is that a...
not get behind you.
Yeah,
You're
sure
almost.
Yeah, sure am.
LB1. Always look behind you. Albi. That's the mnemonic device to
This is such an odd level because it's so claustrophobic.
yeah.
It is.
That's like.
Are you like in the vents or something? Is that
Yeah,
idea?
the level is called Crawl Space.
Oh gosh.
Do I have
And
to?
it's so dark.
Oh. Hey, oh.
See, Ben used the oh my god.
Oh, that's why I wasn't coming towards you.
Alright, guess I'm stuck in here, so... I'm not stuck here, but...
That's very dark.
I do like this music. Like that in the very first level, it sounded like elevator music, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was,
that was
because like it was trying to evoke like an office.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, so it was pretty effective.
Ben is definitely in using the Albi method.
Yeah.
Always look behind you. Is that a
Such cool lighting effects.
That's exactly what I need.
It sounds great, and nothing's gonna happen.
Oh.
Ben, what would you
Everything
do
went better.
if you were in a very tight corridor with like 8 demons?
Like in real life?
Yeah, really.
I would just give myself over. I'd be like, okay, cool.
Lick
Guess
was
this is
good.
how I go.
I would try punching them.
Nah.
And then backing away and then punching them again.
You would punch one and then it would just bite your whole arm off. You'd be like, okay, cool.
What if you were armed with a 1940 Magnum that you found at my house for some reason?
I'll probably use that one. I'll probably use that.
I would look for a super shotgun before I would give
Yeah, I would see if your house had a super shotgun.
Blank, 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 blank.
Don't feel when not God mode will still have enemies.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
This is reminding me of so much stuff. Like this area right here reminds me of an area in RE7 where you're fighting against the dad guy and like.
Oh yeah. The
And then, like,
garage?
yeah.
Or in the basement?
In the basement when you have to
Yeah.
fight him with
Yep.
the meat racks around
Yep.
you.
Oh my god, that part's terrible.
Okay.
Oh,
like,
for like the first 10 minutes of that fight, the first time I played it, I literally was just running away. And like every time I would begin to turn around, he was like right behind me. And I was just like, ah!
Honestly, RE7's a pretty good game, but I never liked any of the bosses because a lot of them were... I don't want to say gimmicky because that's like the wrong word. That's like way too negative connotation.
Right.
But there'd be like way too specific win conditions.
Right.
Like
right.
there'd be the one in the
I know.
garage. It's like you don't really have to shoot him.
Right.
But like the first time I fought him, I like shot him so much that I
And
ran out of
wasted
bullets
all
for
your
everything.
bullets. Absolutely.
So like after that, I was like, I died one time and I was like, am I even doing anything to him? And I like looked up like a guide and it was like, don't shoot him. And it's like, oh okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You
And
just
then,
have to wait until certain things
Yeah.
happen. It's yeah.
and then after that, I was like, well, all the bosses are probably gonna be like kind of like gimmicky like that, and they kind of were.
Yeah,
So-
it's true. Yeah, like it definitely was like, you know, learn the thing and then or wait around,
Yeah.
learn the pattern.
Like the only like legitimate boss in that game, Well, I guess there was two of them. It was the one where you're fighting against a lady who's like the insect that
Right.
like, runs around.
Right.
But even that one is like, oh, nice Hitler.
Good old Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
That's the only place Hitler existed, by the way. Was in Wolfenstein. Ooh, 100%. All right, River of Blood. This is a cool office.
Yeah, great office.
Yeah, it's